Hello everyone, welcome back to this game. My name is Draygone the Willem Fuzzbottom Jr. and these are some of my patrons. Snowkieran, Hiru, Theo Vellum, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. When we last left off, we reached the snowy town of... I don't know what it's called. We never checked. Let us go ahead and fix that real quick. Galidia Town. When we last left off, we reached the snowy town of Galidia Town, the icy spot with the warmest hearts. Aww. The reason I came to this town was because I have decided to go on continuing this game as a bard. And unfortunately, as a bard, my options for defensive equipment, that is armor, it kinda sucks. So I came to this place hoping to find some good armor, and, well, I didn't. Before I move on, though, I want to point out the situation with the snow. After looking at my last episode, I realized that I apparently had the brightness up too high, and you could barely see the texture of the snow. So I have adjusted that. The reason why I had the brightness so bright was because of the super dark nights of RPG Maker 3. So, now that I've adjusted this, hopefully things will be okay. And hopefully we don't wind up with scenes that are too dark. Although, this being an RPG Maker 2 game, I don't think we're going to have to worry much about dark scenes. Anyway, I also want to check out some equipment here. Because at the end of the last episode, I saw how expensive this stuff was, and I decided... no, I'm not going to be grinding for that. The reason why I didn't want to grind is because, well, all the grinding I'm doing is naturally getting me more levels, and I was a little concerned that if I gain too many levels, I'll be a little bit too strong, especially in regards to bosses in this game. I don't want to be too strong for them, I want to have a challenge. But I decided that it might be beneficial to get some equipment anyway, because, well, since I don't have very good defensive options with armor, I'm probably going to be taking a lot of damage as a bard. I mean, sure, the bard is able to get a lot of critical hits. That's the advantage of being a bard, especially at level 15 or higher. But, well, yeah, I want to be able to get through these fights quicker, and the best way to do that is to hit them harder. So I am, in fact, buying the equipment here. So let's see here. I need to get my money out of the bank. Stares into your soul. It notices 67 more wind chill that you likely cannot. It stares into your wallet. Let's go ahead and get my money out. It takes out a number pad. This place is interesting. It is all full of monsters, and a lot of them actually don't actually speak English or any language other than monsters. Or in the case of this monster, it doesn't speak anything. It smiles ever so slightly. It contemplates eat any remaining balance. Well, it's a good thing that there is no remaining balance. Out of curiosity, what happens if I choose info with this guy? It pulls out a detailed graph showing increasing but safe deposits. Alright then. Well, we're done here. It tastes a wind chill and puts it back, all while making a facial expression. It is neat how RPG Maker 2 has facial expressions. Alright, let's go ahead and buy the last piece of equipment. The reason why I haven't bought the equipment off camera is because, well, I already demonstrated how interesting the dialogue with these monsters are, and, well, I want to show you what it's like buying from a dragon. Hello, fellow dragon. Gawa! Guogra? Buy. Gura! Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the golden staff. Gragro? Sure. Grabo! Grogra. Gra. Indeed. So now I got the golden staff. Just in case there's something up ahead that's weak against it. Speaking of being weak, I'm kind of wondering if I really should have bought the spear. Sure, the mermaids out on the ocean are weak against the spear, but this thing increases my dexterity by 11, which, while that increases my attack, it also increases the enemy's attacks. And I'm not sure I want to make the enemies stronger when potentially I'm going to be taking so much damage. In fact, I'm going to be taking so much damage that I'm going to have to consider going back to a defender. Sure, the critical hits as a bard are nice, but the extra chance of blocking attacks might be nicer. Alright, just real quick, let's go ahead and check these guys out and see what they have to say. Squaw! Squack. We'll go ahead and sell something. Squeak? Yeah, sell the veggie. Hex 5W out of a punch card. Squaw! Squack. Okie doke. Cacaw? Indeed. What about you? Tinkle! Please don't. Shimmering faintly. Shine, shine! Sell the beanie. We know it's a very weak piece of headgear. Write 7W in glitter on the counter. That is messy. Shine on! Shimmering faintly. Sparkle! And what about you? I'm definitely going to go ahead and explore this town while I'm here, before we head to the dungeon. We'll definitely go to the dungeon this episode, but I already looked around town, and it seems like this is a small enough place. We can potentially get through this place and explore it quickly. Anyway, I'll probably freeze if I go outside. Maybe moving here wasn't the best idea. I don't know, the turtles out on the overworld in the snowy field are handling themselves well. And they use ice attacks. What are you complaining about the cold when you use ice attacks? Oh, my fallen brethren. At least you're comfortable. That's dark. ... Seems a little tied up. Okay, that is not what you said or emoted when I talked to you off camera. So you have different messages? It is bandages are wrapped around the chair. Some people seem to have multiple messages and others not so much. Oh hey, a polyam. Yay! Naturally, if I'm going to be finding yams in this town before the next dungeon, that's going to make me even stronger. Okay, so in here, there's also something of interest. It's money! And I just realized I should have switched to rogue before opening this, because that would have gotten me more money. Potentially a pretty good amount, too. Oh well. That's the only money in this town anyway. Next up, we got another wardrobe. Let's see here. Green, blue, red, purple. All normal colors. However, what about yarn? Oh. Okay. Yep. That is yarn, alright. It's too bad you can't have a yarn texture. You only got flat textures for characters. But sure, we got yarn. Should I wear that now? Or maybe save it for when I come back to this town for plot. Maybe for plot. For now, let's go ahead and do purple. Because purple's a good color. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I keep saying alright. Have I really said alright that often? Because it is such a habit that I must have been saying alright a whole lot in my Let's Plays. And yeah, that really is bothering me how many times I say alright in my commentary. It's redundant. I need variety in the things I say. Do I have my money on hand still? Yeah. Let me go ahead and deposit it real quick. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, the other day I recorded an episode of Bunny Link where I said the word alright to segue into the next thing I was saying, like just about 30 times. And it was distracting, and I decided to scrap that recording and record another one. While most monsters understand each other's grunts and growls, some of us have learned human. But we still squeaka now and then to keep our heritage. Huh. You know, this might be sad to say, but despite being partly raccoon, I am not familiar with the meaning of a raccoon's churrs and chitters. Maybe I should learn. Although, I generally don't find many raccoons in the wild. They're usually kind of, not in the mood to be anywhere near me the few times that I do meet up with actual raccoons. It's probably the dragon wings. By the way, I totally see that there. It's a bravery yam. So that's another one down. I'll go ahead and eat it in a bit. This door won't open, and refuses to change its mind about that. Okay, either this door is plot, or it's a monster. Possibly both. Also, I totally saw this down here earlier. It's a charisma yam. Thinking on it, a town of monsters. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a monster, but I feel like a place like this would actually be very welcoming to someone like myself. And I wouldn't have to hide inside all the time. Isn't it so adorable that I know all the new catchphrases? No. Oh, really? Well, if you're so cheeky, what's a real trendy thing to say? What's the trending way to describe something cute? Now hold on a sec. When she said adorable just a moment ago, it only had one W, not two. Well, just for that, I'm gonna get rid of all of your W's. Okay, I was wrong. You get to keep one of your W's. And yes, I really am gonna go with kawaii. Because, of course it's the trending way to describe something cute. You're kawaii? Is that how you express cuteness? Obviously. Wow, you're totally right. I didn't think you were cute enough to see through my adorable fib. That's rude. Everyone who's in knows to say kawaii. I created that trend myself, actually. You'll be trending everywhere. Just keep that adorable expression. Will do. So, what do you have to say for yourself, doggy? Bow bark. Is that it? Or do you also say multiple things? Like that one mummy. And I don't know if anybody else says multiple things because I haven't checked. It would be kind of a waste of time to check too, considering it's random whether they say one message or another. I'd be more inclined to check if it wasn't random, where they just swapped back and forth between each message. What's up with you? Many mainland monsters believe humans are evil. But here, they all socialize as humans do. At least some monsters get it right. No, I guess they don't get it, because there's no humans here. Workshop. I'll make boats men only dream of. Turbine. An illustration of an angry pixie shouting at elves as they work. You know, there is one interesting thing about RPG Maker 2. It is actually compatible with one specific digital camera, which allows you to import pictures. In fact, at the end of one of the RPG Maker 2 games I let's played, what was it called? The Life something? Well, shoot. I'm surprised I can't remember the name of it. I feel bad for not remembering the name of it. It was a good game. The Faith of One. That's what it was called. So at the end of Faith of One, the game creator uploaded a picture of his dog. It was interesting. By the way, in case y'all are wondering, this game is password protected, so I can't actually go into the code or anything to find out what sort of things are going on in the background of this game, like I did with a Ronin story. Sorry to say. So this is an interesting looking piece of machinery you got here. Do you mind? I'm building a speedboat here. I'll never beat my rival if I don't finish this thing. This is why I decided it was a good idea to go ahead and explore this town in this episode, because this looks like the prelude to plot. This might be important after the next dungeon. So I wanted to find out about things right now before things change. The lead designer on our boats is Turbine? Smile. She makes the fastest boats around? Smile, smile. I feel like this mermaid perhaps is not quite grasping the human language. Oh, I see that. And we got an end yam. 48 yams down. Only 2 more to go. What? You humans find it funny that an elf works in a workshop? I'm making boats. Good for you. Anything in these? No? Couldn't remember. But I do know that there is totally a secret path back here. And it leads to a moon gem. What's a moon gem, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. First, I'm going to eat this end yam. And then we'll go ahead and check the moon gem. So, mana plus 25, an extra 25 MP. Don't I already have one of those, actually? No, I have a moon shard. So the moon gem is an even better shard. What do I have right now, though? The talisman, luck plus 10, yeah. Luck, which increases the odds of dodging attacks, and giving my low defense and crappy ability to not take damage from enemies. I need all the luck I can get. Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem. It's not really a big problem, it's more of a personal problem, but the problem is that this dog has totally escaped his pen. No, that's not the problem. The problem is I have recorded the dungeon that we are about to go to, but the dungeon wound up being the biggest dungeon in the game so far. So big, in fact, that I really don't think that it's a good idea to include it as part of this episode. So, as much as I don't like it, we're going to have to end the episode here. The reason why I don't like it is because this is 2 town episodes in a row. I'd like to get on to the action. This is like one of the reasons why I think Diet Dre is a good idea. If this was Diet Dre, I'd be able to include the previous town, this town, and the next dungeon all in a 15-minute video, instead of doing it across 3 episodes. So, yeah, that's a bummer for me. The good news for you guys is, since I have gotten the next episode technically already recorded, that means I'll be uploading that episode sometime next week, because it's practically ready already. Until then, though, down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons, and next time, we'll be doing that thing where the thing that I recorded happens. I'll see ya then.